The gas station lights flickered over a quiet stretch of highway outside the small town of Ashford Hollow. Maya Whitfield stood at the pump, tired from a 12-hour drive, her badge tucked inside her jacket where it always stayed until she needed it. She had learned long ago that some people saw the badge before they saw her, and some people never saw either one clearly at all. A patrol car rolled into the lot, its headlights sweeping across her rental car twice before slowing to a stop. Officer Grant Dalton stepped out with the confidence of a man who had never once been questioned about anything in his life. He walked toward Maya with his hand resting near his holster, his eyes narrow, his voice already sharp before he even opened his mouth. He told her to keep her hands where he could see them. Maya raised them slowly, calm as still water, because she had trained 1,000 agents to do exactly what she was doing now. She told him her name and reached slowly for her badge. Dalton laughed before she even finished the sentence. He said a woman like her had no business carrying federal credentials, and he pulled his weapon anyway, just to prove a point that existed only in his own mind. The badge caught the gas station light when she finally opened it. Special Agent Maya Whitfield, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Dalton's laugh faded into something smaller, something uncertain, but his pride would not let him back down. He told her badges could be printed by anyone these days. He told her to get on her knees. He told her this was his town and his rules. Maya had grown up in a house where her father, a decorated army captain, taught her that patience was a weapon sharper than any gun. She had served 2 tours as a military police officer before the Bureau recruited her for her instincts and her steel nerve. She had faced armed men in war zones who screamed louder than Dalton ever could. So she stood there, steady, and let him talk himself into a corner. What Dalton did not know was that Maya was not traveling alone. 2 unmarked federal vehicles were already parked at the edge of the lot, watching quietly, waiting for the signal that never needed to come. Maya had been 3 days into an investigation of corruption inside the Ashford Hollow Police Department, a case involving falsified reports, unlawful searches, and a pattern of racial profiling that had gone ignored for years. Dalton was not just an obstacle tonight. He was the final piece of evidence. Dalton pressed the barrel of his weapon closer, his hand shaking now, though his voice tried to hide it. He said she had 5 seconds to get on the ground. Maya's eyes did not blink. She said his name clearly, along with his badge number, his supervisor's name, and the exact date of the incident report he had falsified 2 weeks earlier involving a teenager named Corey Banks. Dalton's face went pale. The unmarked cars moved in unison. Agents stepped out with practiced calm, surrounding Dalton before he understood what was happening. His weapon lowered on its own, as if his hand had finally caught up with the truth his mind refused to accept. He looked at Maya, searching for an explanation, but she offered him none. She only asked him to place his weapon on the hood of his cruiser. 2 minutes after he had laughed at her badge, Dalton stood in handcuffs beside his own patrol car, the same lights that once made him feel powerful now reflecting off the metal around his wrists. Maya watched him without anger, only a quiet sadness for a man who let his assumptions cost him everything. The following weeks brought a federal investigation into the department, a public reckoning, and a reform initiative that reshaped how Ashford Hollow trained its officers. Corey Banks, the teenager Dalton had wronged, later stood beside Maya at a community event, thanking her for giving his story the truth it deserved. Maya told him that dignity was never something anyone could take from him. It was something people revealed about themselves when they tried. Word of the case spread beyond Ashford Hollow. Maya became a quiet symbol in federal law enforcement circles, not because she sought attention, but because she represented something rare, a woman who let her competence speak louder than anyone's doubt ever could. She returned to her work the following Monday, badge tucked away again, ready for the next case, carrying the same patience that had carried her through every room that ever doubted her. The story of that gas station spread through the town for years afterward, not as a story about a badge, but as a story about respect finally finding its way home. If this story moved you, please like this video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more powerful stories of courage and justice.